Right now, millions of Americans are about to receive what could be the biggest Social Security increase in recent memory. But here's what's keeping economists up at night. While a $2,400 yearly raise sounds impressive at first glance, there's a hidden story that nobody's talking about. What if I told you that this increase isn't just about bigger checks, but about a fundamental shift in how our government is approaching retirement security? And what if the real game changer isn't the raise itself, but a series of additional monthly payments that could put an extra $1,200 in the pockets of our most vulnerable citizens? In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal something that mainstream media isn't covering, a perfect storm of policy changes that could affect not just Social Security recipients, but every American's financial future. Before we dive deeper into this breaking news, take a quick second to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Let's get straight to what matters most. The Social Security Administration is implementing what many are calling a financial rescue package for millions of beneficiaries. The cornerstone of this update is a $2,400 annual increase, which breaks down to approximately $200 extra per month for eligible recipients. But here's where it gets interesting. This isn't just a simple cost of living adjustment. This is part of a broader initiative designed to address what experts are calling a retirement crisis in America. Think about this for a moment. When was the last time we saw such a significant boost to Social Security benefits? The answer might surprise you. We haven't seen an increase of this magnitude since the 1980s. But what's driving this change now? The answer lies in a perfect storm of economic factors that have forced policymakers to take unprecedented action. Let's talk about those additional $1,200 monthly checks that are making headlines. These supplemental payments are specifically targeted at SSI and SSDI recipients, as well as low-income individuals who meet certain criteria. But here's what most people don't realize. These payments aren't just about providing extra money. They're part of a larger strategy to prevent millions of Americans from slipping below the poverty line during these challenging economic times. You might be wondering, how do I know if I qualify for these increases? That's exactly what we're going to cover next. The qualification criteria are more inclusive than many people realize, and there's a good chance you or someone you know might be eligible for these enhanced benefits. The Social Security Administration has established a three-tier system for determining eligibility. The first tier focuses on current Social Security recipients, both retirement and disability. The second tier targets Supplemental Security Income, SSI, beneficiaries. But it's the third tier that's really turning heads. It extends support to certain low-income individuals who previously might not have qualified for additional assistance. Here's something that might surprise you. The implementation of these changes isn't happening all at once. It's being rolled out in phases, and timing is crucial. Some beneficiaries might see these increases as early as next month, while others might need to wait a bit longer. But there's a catch, and this is important. You might need to take specific actions to ensure you receive the maximum benefit you're entitled to. Let's talk about the $2,400 raise first. This increase is designed to help offset the rising cost of living that's been hitting Americans hard, especially seniors and disabled individuals. But here's what many people don't understand. This raise isn't just a one-time boost. It's structured to become part of your permanent benefit base, meaning it will affect all future cost of living adjustments as well. Think about what this means for a moment. If you're currently receiving $1,500 monthly in Social Security benefits, this increase could bring your annual income up by $2,400. That's $200 extra every month. But the real impact goes beyond just the numbers. This increase could mean the difference between choosing between medications and groceries for many seniors. Now, let's address those additional $1,200 monthly checks that are causing such a buzz. These are part of a separate initiative specifically designed for SSI, SSDI, and qualifying low-income individuals. The key word here is qualifying, and this is where many people miss out on benefits they're entitled to receive. Here's something crucial that most people don't realize. These new benefits aren't automatic. In many cases, you'll need to verify your eligibility and, in some situations, actually apply for the additional support. This is where many beneficiaries fall through the cracks simply because they don't know they need to take action. Let me share a story that illustrates why this is so important. Last month, I received a message from Sarah, one of our viewers. She's a 68-year-old retiree who lives on a fixed income. She had no idea she qualified for additional benefits until she watched one of our videos. After taking action based on the information we provided, she discovered she was eligible for not just the $2,400 annual increase, but also additional monthly support. But here's where the story gets even more interesting. Sarah's case led to an important discovery. There are potentially millions of Americans who qualify for these enhanced benefits but don't know it. The Social Security Administration estimates that billions of dollars in benefits go unclaimed each year simply because eligible individuals don't apply. Let's break down how these new payments will work in practice. The $2,400 annual raise will be distributed across your monthly payments, adding approximately $200 to each check. But the additional $1,200 monthly payments work differently. These are separate payments, and they come with their own set of qualification criteria and distribution schedule. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds too good to be true. What's the catch? Well, there are some important details you need to know. First, these benefits are subject to income limits and other eligibility requirements. Second, the timing of when you'll receive these increases depends on several factors, including your current benefit status and whether you need to take any additional steps to qualify. Here's something that might surprise you. The impact of these changes goes beyond just the direct recipients. Economists estimate that every dollar increase in Social Security benefits generates about $1.70 in economic activity. Think about what that means for a moment. These increases aren't just helping individual beneficiaries, they're providing a significant boost to local economies across the country. But there's another aspect of these changes that isn't getting enough attention: the impact on future generations. These increases are setting new precedents for how we approach Social Security and retirement security in America. They're part of a larger shift in how we think about supporting our aging population and those who depend on these benefits. Let's talk about timing for a moment. The implementation of these changes is happening in phases, and your position in the rollout schedule depends on several factors. Some beneficiaries might see these increases as early as next month, while others might need to wait a bit longer. But here's the key point. You don't want to miss your window of opportunity. Now, you might be wondering about the application process. For many current beneficiaries, the $2,400 annual increase will be automatic. But for the additional $1,200 monthly payments, you might need to take specific actions. This is where many people get confused and, unfortunately, where many miss out on benefits they're entitled to receive. Here's something crucial to understand. The Social Security Administration has streamlined many of its processes, making it easier to verify your eligibility and apply for benefits. But you still need to be proactive. Don't assume that just because you're currently receiving benefits, you'll automatically get these new increases. Let me share another story that illustrates why this is so important. Robert, another viewer, reached out to tell us about his experience. He's a disabled veteran who receives both VA benefits and SSDI. He initially thought he wouldn't qualify for these new increases because of his VA benefits. But after doing some research based on information from our channel, he discovered he was eligible for both the $2,400 raise and the additional monthly support. This brings us to an important point. The interaction between different types of benefits can be complex.
If you receive multiple types of benefits, for example, Social Security retirement and VA benefits, or SSI and SSDI, you'll want to understand how these new increases affect your total benefit package.
Now, let's address something that's causing concern for many viewers. Will these increases affect other benefits you might be receiving? This is a legitimate concern, and the answer isn't simple. In some cases, these increases might affect your eligibility for other means-tested benefits. But there's good news. The Social Security Administration has implemented special rules to help protect beneficiaries from losing other crucial support. Here's something else you need to know. These changes aren't happening in isolation. They're part of a larger effort to modernize and improve the Social Security system. This includes updates to how benefits are calculated, how cost of living adjustments are determined, and how the system handles special circumstances. But perhaps the most significant aspect of these changes is what they signal about the future of Social Security. These increases represent a recognition that the previous benefit levels weren't adequate to meet the needs of many Americans. They're a step toward ensuring that Social Security can continue to fulfill its original promise, providing a foundation of economic security for millions of Americans. As we wrap up this discussion, let's recap the key points. A $2,400 annual raise is coming for many Social Security recipients, breaking down to about $200 extra per month. Additional $1,200 monthly payments are being made available for qualifying SSI, SSDI, and low-income individuals. The implementation is happening in phases, and in some cases, you'll need to take action to ensure you receive the maximum benefits you're entitled to. Before you go, I'd love to hear your thoughts on these changes. How will these increases affect you or your loved ones? Drop a comment below and share your perspective. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this information helpful, and subscribe to our channel for more updates on Social Security changes that could impact your financial future. Remember, knowledge is power, and staying informed is the best way to ensure you're receiving all the benefits you're entitled to. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.